Hey,
Hey, we're talking at the same time. Good morning. How
good
are you?
morning. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm recuperating from I don't know, like I had a really weird cold that started right after New Year's and lasted for a couple of days and then I was better and then I went to Montreal and then it just came back out of nowhere and yeah, and then last Monday I was like completely out of voice, like it's just
Yeah, I
it's been dragging.
got a phone call 8 o'clock last Monday. We were supposed to start our show at 10 like usual, and I get a phone call from Seek Chick Julia like this. I don't think I can do it today.
Well, My-Liis goes, "Hello," and I goes, "Hello, My-Liis. Hello? My-Liis? Hello? My-Liis, it's me."
I was like, okay, I don't think we can do a show today because I don't think we can hear her.
Probably I was a serial killer on the phone trying to scare her.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of that one. I
Yeah.
just thought right away laryngitis or something, but,
Yeah, I sounded really bad. Anyway, so that's that, and now I'm better, but, like, today I have a headache and, it is what it is.
and
Yeah.
I'm just, recovering from, I don't know if you can see
Oh,
my bruising. I don't know. Can you see it? Oh, you can
yes.
see a
Oh,
little bit.
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
I have, this little issue that I feed my squirrels and my birds, and I get on a chair to get to my bird feeders, and a few days ago, I ended up on my back on the concrete sidewalk. I have no idea what happened. It happened so fast, but gave myself whiplash
Wow.
by the feel of it, and I'm bruised quite a few other places, but I'm not going to show you those.
No.
May get a censored sign across the
Yeah.
screen if I do, but yeah, found out that I don't bounce like I used to.
Yeah, it's yeah, no, me too. It's but you know, I mean there was some research that came out, like I mean not for you, it has nothing to do, but they were talking about like the immune system and how COVID affects your immune system, right? And
Yeah,
I feel like since I've had COVID, I don't feel as strong as I was before. Like I've spent prior to that, like I was never sick really.
no,
And then
no.
uh and then, yeah, I've had a couple of colds, and John has been really sick too. He had like a pneumonia, and so I don't know, man. I like they say after 1 year you should be out of the woods. So hopefully it'll be
Oh, that's
okay. Yeah.
that's good to know because I thought this long COVID kind of thing was with you for life. So
No, no. Supposedly it's done after like about a year. You're okay. So well, so far so good. Anyways,
I
we
know.
have a great show today. My lease is all blue, but for other reasons than the winter blues. But we're going to be talking about the winter blues today, mental health, and I want to mention that, and I don't have the date in front of me. Probably you have it, my lease, but it's the Bell's Let's Talk this week, right?
Yeah, man talk actually. I had we can talk about that with Jason. I'd actually isn't that awful? I wrote it
Yeah,
down.
me too, and I can't find
Oh
a
my
paper anymore.
god.
But anyways, I'll bring our guest and we'll start talking about all that and like you said, probably he has all the information we need.
Let's hope so. Hey Jason, how are you today?
Good morning. Well, I'm not bad, thanks. I feel kind of bad because I don't have any injuries to report or anything like that. You both have these things that have happened. We all had COVID over the Christmas holidays, but that's
Oh, we did.
yeah. But otherwise, I'm in fine health today.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. That's good. I'm okay too. I mean, the colors are going away gradually, so I'll be okay.
Still kind of scary stuff to have happen. That's yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
it's an accident happened so fast. Thank God I didn't do it where people could have seen me, though. But that,
well,
that's
she could
what.
have broken something.
Yeah, yeah. But I'll survive. I just don't bounce like I used to.
No.
But anyway, today we're talking about the winter blues, Jason. So
Mhm.
exactly what are the winter blues?
Well, that's a really good question because the winter blues aren't exactly anything. There's seasonal affective disorder, which some people often say seasonal affective disorder, winter blues. It's the same thing,
Mhm.
but it's not. Seasonal affective disorder is something that can be diagnosed by a professional and can be treated. And it's a persistent and debilitating condition. The winter blues, on the other hand, is I don't want to diminish it, but is perhaps not as serious. It's just that sort of sense of ennui, or a little lowering of your mood during the winter months that often happens, and people
Mhm.
report it, anytime starting after the time change, until until things start warming up again and we get a little more sunlight, and it's just a feeling of a little less energy, a little less pep, a little less enthusiasm about things.
A
You
little
might start
slump in your
a
mood.
little, yeah, a little
A
dip,
slump.
a little dip in your mood, a slump. Not necessarily anything that is debilitating, but just sucks enough joy out of your life that you're, bothered by it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Can it be brought on? Like I find that oftentimes like after the holiday season, when everything is said and done and everything gets back to normal, I kind
Mhm.
of like I'm like, well, now what? You know?
Yeah, yeah, and many people often report it after the holidays, and I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that's absolutely it. You have all of the build up to the holidays and all this fun and all this great food and great drinks and all that sort of stuff, and then after the holidays, well, you've gained 15 pounds. Everybody's gone home. You got to take down your decorations, and so your house looks a little less festive, and yeah, a lot of people are bummed out by that, and yeah, the holidays, it's kind of like coming home off vacation. You're like, oh, now I gotta, here I was in wherever, Mexico or some other place, and now I'm just back to my house and I gotta shovel the driveway, and you know I gotta
I
cook my own food and clean my own dishes. And
I used to experience that like every Sunday night. Like I would have the Monday morning blues, you know.
yeah,
But now that I do what I
well,
love, it's not so bad.
and Blue Monday even has its own name, you know what I mean? Like, that's the worst Monday of the year, apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, Blue Monday this year, I went and attended Zumba with Crystal on Blue
Yes,
Monday this past Monday, and it was a great turnout. It was a lot
it
of fun.
looked it looked like it was a lot of fun. I didn't fit into my leg warmers anymore, so I couldn't go.
It was this
No,
past
I
Monday. Like, the Monday I
sadly
had like
sadly I had another event that evening. I couldn't make it. I'd originally said I would, but then I couldn't because something came up.
It's okay because we got to watch Stephen Duras doing his fancy moves.
I saw the
Did
video
you
of
see
Stephen
it?
Duras. Yeah, that was quite something.
It was.
Let's just put it that way. Oh, but
So
Stephen is a great guy. Lots of enthusiasm, and he is
Yeah.
willing to do anything for the community, including dance and
Yeah.
do Zumba. So that's you know
yeah, he
credit
is
to
a
him.
terrific guy. He's
Yeah,
yeah.
great fella.
So okay, so what do you do when this thing happens to you? Like you feel a little down, you don't know
Mhm.
like what are your suggestions to beat that?
It could be different for a lot of different people, but there are theories. There are theories about where the winter blues come from,
Mhm.
and so. But once again, it's not a diagnosable condition, so we don't really know. But getting outside is often a good solution. Like it's most people feel better during the summer, and lots of people say, well, it's because you're getting vitamin D from the sun and you're outside and getting some exercise. And in winter, a lot of people tend to be a little more sedentary, a little more lethargic. So instead of going out for walks, well, it's all snowy. Sure,
Mhm.
lots of people get out there and ski and skate and all that, and that's great. But get outside, get some fresh air, get some sunshine while you can. A lot of people will say that the shorter days are sort of a bummer for them, and that might be it. It might be a lack of light. For me, I take vitamin D tablets. Like basically, I start like the when the time changes and goes right back to where the time changes in the spring.
Mhm.
I take vitamin D supplements and I try to get outside. I try to get a little exercise. Lots of other things that you can do that are just generally good tips to maintaining your mental health, and that is keep a good diet and keep an eye on your sleep hygiene. Like, I mean, make sure that you are getting a decent night's sleep and you're getting a good diet. And um, the other thing too is that, like I said, a lot of us overindulge food wise and drink wise over the holidays.
Mhm.
So try to get back to, let's say, a cleaner diet, healthier foods, lots of vegetables, try to avoid processed sugars and stuff like that. And lots of people have reported that those have helped. There are other things you can do. These are some tricks that I learned when I lived out in BC. And BC, I don't know if you're familiar, but it just rains all the time. Lovely people, beautiful mountains and all that, but rains all the time. Get full spectrum light bulbs and put those in your house, right? Those have, light that is more similar to the sun. Or try light therapy. Get a light. It can't just be any light. You need to go to a special store to get these full spectrum sun lamps, and just sit in front of that for about 15 minutes a day. And you can like
Oh,
read a book while you do it. Like I used to put it at the end of my couch, and I would just, let the sun shine, let this light shine on my face while I was reading a book, or, on the
That
treadmill
really
or
works.
whatever. I felt like it worked.
Yeah,
And so by any definition, I guess
it
it worked.
worked. Yeah. I guess
So maybe it's a placebo, but I mean, the thing is, if a placebo makes you feel better, then,
it
well,
works.
then it works. It works for some people. These are all just suggestions. I mean, not everybody is going to respond to sun lamps. Not everybody likes to take, vitamin supplements or can afford to take vitamin supplements.
mhm.
We can. Lots of people have mobility issues, and they can't, it's easy to say go out and take a walk, but if you
Yeah.
have mobility issues in the winter with the snow buildup, it's not that
Mhm.
easy.
Hmm.
If you are stuck at home, or if money for whatever reason, or if money is an issue, socialization. Call somebody up on the phone, invite somebody over for a coffee or a meal, or something like that. It's the worst thing you can do is stay stuck in your own head and let the hamster turn.
Hmm. Absolutely. So,
Now, actually, as far as light, the column is in the January Seeker if anybody wants
Mhm.
to read it. But as far as light, it says it also says make sure you keep your curtains open.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and when it's still dark, I throw my curtains open so that I get like every bit of light that I can get. But
Mhm.
yeah, keep your windows open. You know, it's there's so many little things that we can do. Buy a few plants, and tend to your, or if you have a few house plants, tend to them. Get your
Yep.
fingers in the soil, because that'll remind you of summer. I used to work as a student. I used to work at Rideau Hall, the Governor General's residence, and I don't know if either of you have ever been there, but there's this beautiful greenhouse in the back that is totally functional in winter. And when there were events there, we used to practically beat each other over the head to get posted in the greenhouse in the middle of winter, because we're just like, we can smell the soil and smell the
yeah.
plants. And they had a fountain in there, and it was lovely. Not all of us can do that, but if you've got some house plants, tend to something living, tend to
I'm just
something that has.
looking to see if I can show. Well, I've got a whole wall behind me where that
Yes.
welcome. My whole wall is my
Yep.
indoor plant area.
Yep.
And like you say, I love it because I have to
Yep.
water it. I have to play in the
Yep.
soil, and
Well,
it does feel good.
I'm well known to kill everything, so that's not even an option for me.
Yeah.
But I am growing romaine lettuce right
Hmm.
now. So
Very nice.
so I'm changing the water every day. It's not soil, but
Mhm.
it's like I'm tending to something. So
Well, no, absolutely, and
Yeah.
and that's the thing. They're called cut and come again crops,
Yep.
right? So lots of lettuces, you can do that. So save like, just if you're getting like is it the romaine lettuce? Is that the long one, or that?
yeah,
Yeah. So
Yep.
cut off the root and
yeah,
put it in some water, or put
Yep.
it in some soil. Green onions are
yeah,
another one, and you
yeah.
can
I do
just
that too,
take the roots, leave a couple of inches on there, and put it in a cup of
and
water,
it
and they'll
regrows.
sprout. They'll sprout new ones. And I kind of beat the winter blues by getting some of my. I have a little garden patch in my backyard, and I plant spices and potatoes and things like that. And I kind of beat the winter blues down in my furnace room. I have a plastic bookshelf that I have bought with some grow lamps on them, and
Oh, nice.
I'm already starting some of my seedlings, like for my hot peppers and stuff like that, that
Mhm.
have a really long growing season. So I get down there, I just hang out. I've got the artificial light. It's artificial sunlight, but it's still sunlight, and I get the
Mhm.
smell of soil and plants, and that is that's good for me.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Lots of people. Also, my wife and I are both big fans of essential oils. And putting on a diffuser or something like that, and it's something invigorating. Like some of the citrus fruits, essential oils are really quite uplifting. So
Hmm.
there's lots of it's not like one big quick fix that you can do and you're going to be over the winter blues. It's just sort of little things that kind of stack the deck in your favor, things that lift
Yeah.
your mood.
Little things that make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly
Find
that.
your happy place. Now, the
Yeah.
bigger question is, how do you know that what you are experiencing is just a little bit of the winter blues or it is depression? Is there a way that you can kind of, when do you say, okay, now I need to talk to someone, I need help?
Mhm.
Yeah, well, and that's a really good question. I mean, the reality is that mental health is not a straight line, right? Like it's ups and downs, and some of them are normal and natural, and they happen to every human being, and others are a lot more serious and require an intervention, like perhaps medical assistance or therapy or medication. Um, the winter blues, and you can get the summer blues too. You know what I mean? Like you can get sort of bummed out in the summer. Like lots of people report that in August, because they're just like, summer's over. We gotta get back to the office. And things are generally in most workplaces a little more relaxed in the summer. And you might take some holidays, but then September rolls around and you've got to get back to the grind. Um, Most of the little downs that we experience in life should not interfere with the way we live our lives. Like you might feel a little bummed or anxious when you get out of bed in the morning, but you should still be able to get out of bed, right?
Mhm.
You may not do cartwheels on your way to work, but you should still be able to go to work and put in a half decent day's work.
Mhm.
When it starts getting into depression territory, is when you're not able to function. And bear in mind, these are shades of gray. When you can no longer function, that's you've passed a certain threshold. But there are lots of signs along the way. You might lose interest in your hobbies. You might see an increase in drug or alcohol intake if you partake in those. You might see, disrupted sleep patterns. You
Mhm.
might want to stay up until midnight watching horror movies, and then you wake up in a really, you wake up really tired, that sort of thing. But when you are unable to get out of bed to go to work because of anxiety or depression, you just can't do it, or you just can't, you know, get up to feed your kids, or you just can't bring yourself into work. Then you know that you are experiencing depression. But
Hmm.
Mhm.
don't let it get that far. If you find for a prolonged period of time, and like, I've got lots of hobbies, and there are some mornings I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to go in the garage tonight and I'm going to do some woodworking. And then after supper, I'm just like, nah, I don't really feel like it. Well, that's okay. I'm a grown man. I can change my mind, right?
Yeah.
But it's when you are disinterested in hobbies for a really long time. It's when you stop, seeing friends or socializing for a really long time. It's when you are starting to see a pattern of poor work performance, poor relationships with family or loved ones. That's when you know that you're sort of moving into that territory, and you may need to seek professional help, either in the form of a therapist or maybe medication, or something that's a little more off the beaten path, like you know you need to get into a yoga practice or meditation practice or something like that.
Hmm. Exercise is good too. I try
Exercise is
to.
great. Exercise is
Yeah.
great because that burns off a lot of that sort of excess anxious energy.
Mhm.
Again, the problem with exercise is that is ableist in a sense, because it assumes that someone can either afford to go out to a gym or is able to get outside and walk and all that. So,
Mm.
it's just, I love exercise. It's just not everyone is able to do that.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time motivating myself to do it. I actually have a ski machine here that
Yeah.
I should really be getting onto at least 15 minutes to half an hour every day, and it's like
Yeah.
the motivation isn't there. How does one motivate oneself to do stuff
Um,
though?
I have had various exercise machines in my house over the years that have all,
Collected
been
dust.
good intentions. Yeah, they've turned into
Big,
modern art or a place to hang laundry off
yeah.
of while it dries. And the road to hell, of course, is paved with good intentions. And yeah, my house is well paved. So I've had to get rid of a lot of exercise machines over the years too, because they were just gathering dust. I find for me, it is nearly next to impossible for me to stay motivated to exercise in my house. I'm very fortunate in a way, now that I work, just at the CMHA office on Pitt Street. I'm not far from Quest, where I go to the gym, and
Okay.
I have an hour off for lunch every day, and so I got two choices. I can either sit here in my office and watch YouTube videos, or I can go to the gym and put in like a 45-minute workout and be back here in time. So I go to the gym, but I live in Maxville, and it wasn't feasible for me to drive 35 minutes to go to the gym and then drive back, not on a
No.
regular basis anyways, and especially with the price of
Mhm.
gas and all that. It wasn't going to happen. I couldn't afford to do it, much less find the time to do it. Yeah, I wish I could give you better advice than that, Mai-Liis. I can't. I've never been able to stay motivated at home. If for me, it's something that I get out of the house to do. But maybe instead of the ski machine, I get outside to take a walk, or maybe do some cross country skiing or something like that. That might.
So here's what I did. So I have a stand-up desk that I can raise, right? So I
Yeah.
raise
Mhm.
I raise my desk all the way up, and then I have a little stepper under my desk, like a little stepping stepper. So I stand up, and I while I'm working, because I know, I'm always working, and I can't
Yeah,
get away from that freaking computer. So I brought the exercise to me. So
that's a
now
good
Absolutely.
idea.
I step while I'm working. There you go.
That is a very inventive
Yeah.
solution. I like that. I like that.
Figured, because but one thing again, I come back to COVID. So I also have a thread. We have a full gym here, and like everybody else's full gyms, it's collecting dust.
Or clothes.
Or clothes. But no, but I used to, before COVID, I was very thorough. I used it every day. Like I exercised every single day, 30 minutes a day. Since COVID, though,
Mm.
like I don't have it feels like, I don't have the capacity. So
You're
I
still having
just,
feeling
I'm
the effects
still,
of long COVID, eh?
well,
Mhm.
it's not that I'm out of breath or anything. It's just that I don't know. It's like the workout is harder to complete. Like I would,
Mhm.
because I also have an Oculus, and I work out on my Oculus, and yeah, I have a hard time getting to the end of it. It's just I don't know. Well,
Yeah, that's another thing that I had totally forgotten. I have a PlayStation 4 with the virtual reality, and I love Beat Saber. I don't know if
yeah,
you
yeah.
played that,
Well,
where you have the lightsabers and you're hitting the.
it's kind of the
It gets
same
your
what I'm doing. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it
got
gets your
cool
heart rate
music
up a little
and
bit. Yeah, it
yeah,
is. It's pretty neat, but once again, those are expensive units, so not necessarily
yeah,
feasible for everyone. But
yeah.
that's certainly an
Mhm.
alternative
It's
for
great for
people.
anger management too.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Except when you fail the level, then your anger ratchets up, and you're just like, yeah, yeah, now I'm angrier than ever. But yeah, no, it's well. The other thing too is that it's not, if you've gone a long period without exercising, expect your workouts to be a little more difficult when you
Yeah.
start up again. I know I didn't work out for like 8 years until I started this job again, but I had my little notebook, right, with all of my weights in it, like how much I was,
Yeah.
bench pressing and how much I was lifting and all that sort of stuff. So I'm 48 now. I guess I stopped working out when I was 40. A lot happens to the body in 8 years.
Yeah.
And I went back in there to the gym my first couple of times. I was trying to lift like I was when I was 40 and was in half decent shape. And I super hurt myself.
Oh,
So, that's like you have to, maybe ease back
gradually.
into it.
Yeah,
Maybe
work it
try, maybe
back
try
up.
lighter, maybe try lighter workouts
Yep.
until you get back to that level that you were before. I don't know how long, Julia, you went between, working out
Um,
and starting
so
up
it was
again.
August. So from August till like, I mean, it's still not. I was doing it every day. Now I'm
Yeah.
still not doing it like maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
Mm.
I just find it's if you're at home and you have someone that you can work out with, maybe that makes it a little more fun. Lots of people even go to the gym with workout partners. Me, I don't. I put my headphones in, I put on some aggressive music, and I'm a bulldozer. I just do what I got to do, and I get out. I see lots of people hanging on the machines and talking, and I just nope. I don't have
Well,
time for that.
Quest
Yeah.
is more like a bulldozer kind of gym, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely more like sort of caveman strength, flipping
Right.
tires and that sort of thing. But
Yeah, remember a long time ago, Julia? We went to Quest,
Oh, freak sakes! Don't
and
remind me.
she
Almost died.
almost died
The
on that.
first, the first workout that was it Tom?
Yeah,
Tom,
it was Tom. He put
The
you on
first
that.
workout that he put me on this rowing machine, and I almost died, man. I was like, I
oh
felt so
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
I actually did it, and she almost died. It was
Well,
awful.
Tom and Jessica are great. Tom introduced my wife to me, and so
Aw.
I'm forever in his debt.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's. But yeah, Tom and Jessica are great. But they'll put you through the
Yep.
paces, no question.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely do.
It's like,
Actually, I talked about the motivation and how I have no motivation to. I get on it once in a while, and then the cats just look at me like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
But and it's probably the fact that yes, I am better walking as well. But to
Hmm.
motivate myself to even do that, many years ago, though, I did walk with another friend of mine
Yeah.
who lives down the road. So we had made it an appointment. It was in our day timer. It was 4:30 every Monday, and we made it an appointment. We met on the corner and went for an hour's walk.
Yeah.
So I think I might have to make it as an appointment to
Yeah.
myself. I think that would maybe work again.
Well, it may very well. Now, the other
Yeah.
thing too is that this is I hate like the treadmill and that sort of thing. I really don't like them because I feel like a hamster on a wheel. And I'm doing something, but I'm not really.
Mhm.
So the lots of people put their tablet in front of them and watch
Yeah.
videos or something like that. So at the very least, you don't feel like you're doing nothing because particularly on a treadmill, particularly cardio work can just feel really monotonous and it is
Yeah.
hard to build up the enthusiasm for it.
yeah,
But, super good for your physical health, super good for your mental health too.
yeah, yeah. I
Actually,
have a TV.
that's maybe the problem. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
I have a
not doing
TV
anything.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
in front of
Yeah.
my. Yeah,
Yeah.
watch Malcolm in the Middle these
Well,
days.
Malcolm in the Middle, I don't know. It's, friends, whatever your jam
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
think
cool.
that might be a good idea, actually. Then
Yeah.
I'll feel like
Bring
I'm
your tablet.
accomplishing something. Yeah, I may end up doing that. Then
Yeah.
I might actually stay on it.
Or even
Wow,
even an audiobook or something like that on your
Mhm.
headphones.
that works too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Lots of
All
good
right, lots of
ideas.
good
Well, because certainly,
information.
certainly, when you're in the middle of the winter blues, that's when your enthusiasm and your motivation is going to be at a low too, and so that's
Yeah.
when
So
it
it's
is a little
it's
harder.
it's all better from now though. So
Well,
there's
it's.
nowhere else to go but up. So
I notice that the days are getting longer. That
Yep.
makes me happy. So that we know that light is coming back into our lives, so to
yeah,
speak.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Jason. It's always a pleasure to have you and talk about
Well,
our
always
mental
it's
health.
always a pleasure to be had. I look forward to this every month.
That's good.
Well, we'll have you again on the third Monday of February.
All
Well,
right.
assuming everyone is healthy.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. You
Bye
guys have a great
bye.
day now.
Yep.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right. That was fun.
Actually, I feel a lot more motivated just
Me
having
too.
him
I'm like,
on the show.
yeah, I feel better already.
I feel like
Um,
I could get off the after the show's done, I'll go hop on my ski machine.
there you go. Me too. I'm just gonna go work out now. Okay, get it out of the way for today. Okay, so the thing I wanted to talk about is uh okay, Bell, let's talk conversation, men talk.
We t
Spotlight
for
on men's mental health. What?
we forgot to talk to him about it. That would have been that's where the note came from.
Oh, well,
Cana Canadian Mental Health Association. It's
yeah,
happening tomorrow,
it
right?
it is happening tomorrow. So it's co-hosted by CMHA Champlain East. I can't talk this morning, and the Cornwall Public Library.
Yep.
So they're gonna have a panel, a discussion panel, and so the agenda is so there's a word of welcome, then fact about men's mental health.
Mhm.
Jason will be on.
Mhm.
Then about Bell's Men Talk. Gosh, I can't talk this morning.
What is wrong with
About
you?
Bell, Let's Talk. Then there's going to be a roundtable discussion, questions and resources, and then closing remarks and all that jazz.
And
So
I bel it starts at 6:30, I believe, right?
it does. I will be sending the link into the I'm going to be sending the link into the comment section here, so you guys can go and register if you're interested. It's going to be a good event. So yeah.
And it is on Zoom, so it is on a the virtual platform. It's not in person. So you do have to go in and register.
Okay.
And I think you can register up to 6:30
Today?
tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
Tomorrow you can register up to 6:30. I did read it all, and there's 100 spots.
Okay.
So
So
as of yesterday, I believe when I looked, there was still 69 spots left. So
all right. So that's good. That's going to be a good one. All right.
yeah, exactly. So again, there's going to be a lot of good information.
Absolutely. Cuz men's mental health is always something that we don't talk about. We,
We fit,
disregard
yeah,
or belittle, like like men should be okay. Like the
exactly.
general,
The men, yeah, men
yeah,
don't have problems,
yeah,
but
general
they do.
consensus is that men should be okay. They shouldn't have any mental problems. Like they're strong people, right? They should
Yep.
be just fine. So we don't yeah,
But that's not the case. It really isn't the case.
no, and
And
it's okay not to be okay,
yeah,
you
it
know.
is okay. And it is okay to talk about it because,
Mhm.
to reach out and get some help.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. So,
Yep. I'm just trying to see when the bell is it okay? So it's January 25th. Bell Let's Talk is January 25th.
mhm.
So yeah, so you'll be seeing the stuff on your social media feeds and everything. So
So,
you know what's good for mental health too?
what?
Laughing,
Oh,
and
it
I
definitely is.
and I've done just that this weekend.
Yeah,
I wanna
I
I
saw.
wanna give a shout out to our guy there, Mark Vincent at Off Your Rocker, who's doing a fantastic job with bringing cool acts. Like he's gonna be doing it every month. He's bringing one comedy show to the Seaway Valley Theater Company once a month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's always fun to laugh. Like when I was in Montreal, I did a lot of, well, not a lot, but I did a lot of things. But one of the things I did was going to the Comedy Nest over there,
Mhm,
who has close ties to our own Cornwall Comedy Festival here.
mhm.
And it was hilarious. It was so much fun. Like it was so funny, My-Liis, because they were John was wearing all his American attire, like usual. He was like
Yeah, yeah.
and they picked on him so much. It was hilarious. And then they were asking me what I do, and I said I was from Cornwall. And then they said, "What do you do in Cornwall?" I said, "I own a newspaper." And they, oh my God, they started picking on me. And they were like, "Oh, we have Cornwall royalty here today." It was funny. It was a lot of fun.
But I agree, like, laughing is awesome, and if anybody wants to laugh, you're gonna need to listen to us next, Monday because we've got Stephen Duris and Ivan Labelle on with us, and honestly, that show
That's always a funny
because
show.
we laugh from start to finish because we really never know what we're gonna talk about or where the conversation's gonna go,
Hmm.
and, I find I love that show because we laugh for the whole hour.
Yeah,
And I feel really energized after that.
yeah. Yeah, we laugh a lot, and it always goes there. Like the conversation always goes where
There
it shouldn't go.
yeah, it's there.
There.
I know my daughter, she says of all the shows that we do, she says that's the one she looks forward to because she never knows where or
The
there.
if it's gonna go there. She
Yeah.
never knows if it's gonna go there.
Yeah, there, where it
Yeah.
shouldn't go. That's an awesome show that, all our shows are starting to be fun though. I really enjoy having our guests on. But, yeah, laughter is great, but then the other thing that is great for the winter blues is go check out the Klein House Gallery on 2nd
Art.
Street. Art is so nice, and, stepping into that gallery, you feel like you're just stepping into another world. Because I went to the opening of the Juried Art Show on this past Thursday. It was great to see all the artists there, and there's beautiful pieces of work on the walls, but even when it's not an opening night, if you just wanna have a little bit of a break, just go and check out the gallery.
Well, I didn't have to go because you took so many great pictures, man.
I
Chicky, you did good.
I took some more too. I had others like of the art, but I just posted those and we got a lot of compliments. I thought the pictures came out well actually,
Yeah, they
considering
did.
considering my poor camera sat in the car all day that day because I was out working at the tiny house with Sheldon. So the camera was in the car and the first picture I took, it was you couldn't even
It
see
was frozen?
anything. It was frozen and the lens was like completely fogged up. So it took a little while, but no, it was a wonderful event, and, like say, just walking into there and being greeted by Emily and Tracy, it's so nice. I'm so happy that it's open again. Their hours, though, are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 to 4, I believe. They're not open all week, but,
Okay.
if you have a chance, check it out. The show's awesome, and it's on till the 25th of
And the
February.
Klein house is where the old, Logan's Gallery was,
Yeah,
if you're wondering.
yeah, and I was gonna pull up the ad just pull up the address quickly, you're faster at it than I am.
I
It's on
will.
2nd Street, and I just can't remember.
It's right near me.
It
It
is.
is 204 2nd Street East.
That's what I thought, I just didn't wanna say it in case, but yeah, check out that, and while you're there checking out the, artwork, they have a People's Choice Award, so be sure
Mhm.
to fill out the paper and, put in your vote.
Really like the sculpture,
The soap sculpture or the one that won? There's
the
so
one that
many
won.
there's awesome sculptures.
Yeah. The one that won was, like, really interesting,
Yeah.
like, kind of all rocks on top of one
Yeah,
another or
pebbles,
yeah, it
like
was
big pebbles.
beautiful.
Every piece in there is beautiful and every piece
But
is
you're right.
different.
Art is really uplifting, and it's
Mhm.
also like making art is another way to, fight the winter
Yep.
blues. Like I was looking at a video yesterday. It's so cool. The internet, like I mean it isn't it wonderful? You can find so many things to do and
Yep.
so many tutorials that teach you how to bake or it's just it's great. Like we have all the information at the tip of our
We
fingers
do.
right now. We have so much power. Anyways, there was this tutorial on how to create this beautiful painting like from nothing, right? And it's
Mm.
just like she puts like little drops here and there of colors, so you just put like like, I don't know, 12 drops of color on your canvas, and then you
Mm.
just start, and she shows you exactly how to make it. And then at the end you have this masterpiece that's a little couple in the middle of a pathway with a bunch of
Oh,
trees around it, with an umbrella, and it's raining. It's so cute. Like,
wow.
yeah, so if you got the blues, you go get your paint and, you know, take on a project.
Well, the project that we did, unfortunately, you didn't get to attend because you were sick, was the vision board
Yeah.
workshop with Betty Healy.
Mhm.
Again, that was actually really interesting because we had my stepdaughter was there, she's 15, and then the oldest person was my mother, who's 89. So that's what Betty was saying. It's so nice to have such an
A
age
variety.
gap. Yeah, from 15 to 89. We had one guy in there, but when I'm thinking back, it's so interesting to see how everybody put their vision boards together, how different they were,
Mhm.
and what kind of things they put on them, according to age or gender or whatever. It was very, very interesting. So that was a great project as well. But
Yeah.
again, it was one of those I really don't feel like going. It's cold out, one of those things. But when you get there, I was glad I went.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta push yourself a little. And that's like that's what he was saying, right? That's the difference. It's like it's a blues if you're okay to push yourself and
Yep.
actually go, but it can be more of a depression kind of thing if you really can't get yourself to get out of the house and do it. So,
Yeah, especially if you find yourself sleeping all
mhm.
the time and you can't get up, then that's kind of signaling a problem for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, spring is coming soon.
Ah,
Hopefully.
well, what are we looking at? Usually, what, April, May, it kind of starts to feel.
March, end of March starts to be a little better. I mean, all in all, we really didn't have a, like, so far, touch wood, really didn't have a hard winter.
Oh, no, we
We
didn't.
can't complain. It's been quite nice.
I still wonder if it was my fault that we started getting snow again because on the day that we had the blizzard, I was listening to Christmas music
Oh,
in my
you've
car.
gone and done it again.
I was just
You've confused Mother Nature. Now she thinks it's Christmas all over again.
I know, but I picked up this CD with, heavy metal Christmas music, and I can't
Okay.
stop listening to it. It's just my style of music. It's really good. So I listened to it all that day on Thursday, going out to the tiny house and coming back, and then, of course, we had that blizzard Thursday night,
Yeah.
the night of the Kleinhaus, show.
Yeah.
But even though it was a blizzard, Juliet, the place was packed. It
Yeah,
was
yeah, I
packed.
saw because my son had, soccer that night,
Yep.
so I took him to soccer, and when I came back, I drove by and it was really packed. There was
It
a lot of
was.
people in there.
Yeah, I had to
Boy, sorry.
park way, way, way in the back, got my
Mhm,
exercise walking to the place, but,
mhm.
it was so full. Everybody walked in looking like snow people, so it was
Well,
kinda cute.
supposedly there's another one coming on Wednesday.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, another blizzard coming on Wednesday, so get ready, folks.
Well, we're still in that January, February thing, so
Mhm,
it's
mhm,
to be expected.
mhm. Well,
S
that's good. Well, it's my anniversary today.
Oh,
I
happy
wanna wish a happy anniversary. uh, There I go
anniversary.
again. Anniversary. Uh, happy anniversary to my wonderful husband, John,
How
if you're
many
listening.
years?
It is 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah. 17 years and 20 together. So this
Wow.
year is going to be 20 years together in May, in April, actually, late April.
Wow. Well, would you
Yeah.
believe Sheldon and I are in year number 10? Like, time is just
Wow.
flying by. It's
I
crazy.
know. I know.
Crazy.
I know. It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun and babies.
Wait a minute. Okay,
uh,
you're having babies?
I had babies. So
Oh, I
time
thought
flies when you're having fun and babies. Like, yeah, I
I
mean,
was
time
gonna say
flew.
I was kind of worried there because I thought you were gonna still have some
No.
babies. No, I know.
Hell no, I'm done. I'm
Been
done.
there,
I've
done
done my
that.
part. Done my part for society with 5. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
I've got
Yeah.
3, and it's like, been there, done that, got the T-shirt, I'm good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, wouldn't want to do that again. No, I'm with teenagers now, so like it's lots of fun.
I know how you feel.
Yeah. And it's so different, because like I had my sons, right? And then I had a daughter who's like um I don't know where that's going yet. We'll see. Time will tell. But right now they are they, them, him. Um, but nonetheless super hormonal. And I see a huge difference between the two. Like, oh my God, I swear they're mad all the time.
What, at
The
the age of
world,
what,
like just
14, 15?
angry.
I know,
14. So
14.
angry.
Yeah, well, ours in the house is 15. She's not angry, but there's, like, she sat down the other day and she says, "You have no idea how tough it is to be a 15-year-old
But you know what?
these
Don't
days."
diminish that. It is. It is.
No, I know it is.
It's difficult. Like it's I can't even imagine the pressures that they are under, our
Well,
kids today. Like
it's more the social media that's causing a
social
lot of the
pressures.
pressures, a
Yeah.
lot of the pressures between, Facebook and Twitters and Instagrams and then the Snapchats and
Yeah.
everything else, like,
We've discussed this in the past. Like,
it's crazy.
yeah, there's so much pressure and so much influence. Like
Yep.
you know, I know my parents had to worry about the four friends that I was with all the time. Now you got to worry about the 5,000 that are on there.
Yep,
Um,
and half of them you probably don't even know.
no, no.
So
And
it is.
there's a lot of bullying and
Yep.
like my son, oh my God, my little devil, he the youngest one, 12 years old, got a freaking detention again last week. And he comes to me with the story, and I know that he's not telling me how it really went. So, but yeah, he was picking on a kid, man. I'm like, don't do this stuff, you know better, not to do this
Yeah.
stuff. You don't make people feel bad. Like, oh my
Oh, are you talking about that little angel of a kid that I gave a ride to the square the other day, and he was so polite and nice, that one?
that one. He turns into a devil when nobody's looking, I swear.
That's well, it's that
He's a
age.
bright kid, and he's a good kid. Like, he just has bad moments where
Mhm.
he's very sociable, and he likes to be the center of
Clown,
attention a little
the
bit.
class clown.
Yeah, and so sometimes he does questionable things because he knows it brings him, attention. And
Yeah.
but anyways, we'll work on him.
We'll work on him.
Yeah, I have
But,
to.
like, there is such a big difference from when my daughter was 15 to there. I mean, there was issues then too, bullying and different issues, but it is a different world. But I seem to always feel that I was a golden child and I didn't do anything at that age, and my mother reminds me of things that I did
That you've
do
done. Oh yeah.
that I did do that I've forgotten about. So,
Yeah, it's funny how being a parent, really puts in perspective what your
yeah,
parents went through, like you're
yeah.
kind of like, oh, that's what happened. And like
That's
my
why.
my my daughter asked me um to go and spend the night at a friend's on because they're having exams last next week.
Yep, they're
And
starting.
so yeah, the last exam is on the 31st, and that day they want to go and sleep over at a friend's house. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, what friend? How old? Is the boy or
Where
girl?
Yeah,
Where do
where
they
are they?
live? Do
Yep,
I know the parents? Like, I'm giving the third degree here, and
yep,
I'm remembering my parents when I was like, oh, that's so stupid. They don't want me to sleep there. What's the big deal? And like, I know what the big deal is now.
yep. They're
Yeah.
overprotective, they're asking me too many questions. I'm doing the same thing here, and I did that with my kids, though. I did that too. I wanted to know that wherever they went, they were safe and who they were
But
with.
also like the additional thing here is that so and I don't want to offend anybody, or I don't want to offend my child either, but then like I'm asking, okay, boy or girl? And then they
Mm,
go boy. Okay, so then I have to ask, transition boy or boy,
yeah,
and like, mom, why did you ask? Well, I mean, I'm sorry, you're not sleeping at a boy's house.
yeah,
I need to know, is it a, is he a transitioning boy, or is he a boy boy?
Yep.
So they go with trans. I'm like, okay, then you can go, but if it was a boy, I'm not. I'm sorry. At 14, you're not sleeping at a boy's house.
Yeah. Well,
So it's just like, oh my god, like
yeah, it's a
I
different
don't quite
world.
know how to,
Yeah. Yep.
address that situation. It's kind of
Yeah, I've had that situation too.
yeah,
Now that we've got my stepdaughter living with us, like again, like
mhm.
how do you without offending anybody?
Yeah.
So it's a different world for the
It
parent, for us
it
too.
is absolutely, absolutely, yeah,
But I used to laugh too because again, with my daughter, now she's got 2 boys, 8 and 10, and now she goes, "Now, mom, now I understand why." She's like, just like you said, now that she's a parent, she
yeah.
understands why I was like I was when she was a kid, so
Yeah, like I have a thing. I want to talk to the parents first. Why do
mhm,
you have to do that, mom? It's embarrassing. Well, I'm
mhm,
sorry. I want to talk to the parents before I send you somewhere that I don't know.
yep.
Like I want to know. What kind of parents they are. Like,
Or what are the arrangements or how are things gonna work? Like, there's nothing
are you
wrong
going to
with
be
that.
left alone, or are they going to go to a bar for the night and you're going to be alone, or what's the situation here? Like,
Yeah, I know we had, my stepdaughter too, she went to Ottawa with the, parents. It was a hockey tournament, the little brother or whatever. Anyway, we got on the phone and talked to the parents to find out what the arrangements were, how
hmm
things were gonna go,
hmm
and to me, that seemed just right because we wanted to make sure that, she was safe,
yeah, but I'm
you know?
baffled how a lot of parents don't
Don't care.
don't don't care. Like they'll send their kids here and don't want to talk to me or anything. It's weird. Anyway,
Every parent is
is what
different,
it
but
is.
like say, I was with my kids like you are,
Yeah.
and I won't be any different with my stepkids either, so
Yeah.
I
Hey,
always
so
under
thanks to everybody who wished us a happy anniversary on the comments, and thank you so much.
So, are you doing anything special
Oh,
tonight?
so there were talks of maybe going to spend the night in Ottawa. I have to drive back Mateo anyways, but with the seeker, like we have to work on our issue this week because it's coming out like next week.
Yep.
The beauty and bridal. So if you want to hop in, you have to contact us as soon as possible because we're going to print on Friday. So um,
And also, if you have any Valentine's events coming up, like dances or any Valentine's events, those will go on the seeker side, the events and happenings. So contact us about that too. But yeah, this week is putting together the February issue week. So
yep, yeah, it's going to be a beautiful little uh, flip side this time. It's always
it's
beautiful.
always a beautiful flip
I
side.
really I really love our magazine. It's pretty unique.
Well, it's
When I went
we
in, sorry, go ahead.
no no go ahead.
When I went to Montreal, I showed it to a lot of people, and they were impressed. They were like surprised. They were like, "Wow, that's original," So it's pretty cool.
Well, that's how we compromised. We were the
hmm
seeker. We were a specialty magazine, and then that's how we compromised. Now we're both. I do the seeker side, and Julia does the specialty magazine side. So we both got what we wanted. So that's a good
yeah,
compromise.
yeah. We're kind of an old couple, you and I, too.
Yeah,
12
13
years
years.
and counting.
Hey, yeah,
13,
we're in our
13.
13th year.
Yeah, so which brings me, we're gonna have to revive the Seeker's Choice Awards this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, because gotta give community votes a run for their money.
I didn't want to say, but
I'm not
thankfully
gonna
you
go
did.
there. I'm not gonna go there. Let's put it that way.
If you want to go there, just read the
No,
January.
it's January issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So, do you have anything else to add before we?
I was looking to see what events we could talk about actually. And I know there's quite a bit of stuff going on at the Cornwall Library. So today they have actually this is done already. It's cute. Teddy bear picnic at 10 a.m.
Aw.
2 p.m. there's adult coloring at the library today. 4 p.m. after school STEM club. and 6:15 tarot cards and reversals. There's always something neat going on. And there tomorrow there is at 2 p.m. toddler tales, brain health with the Alzheimer's Society's on at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock after school gaming, and 6:30 Men Talk, the virtual mental health panel. So if you want to check out what's going on at the library, go to the website because every day there's a lot
There's
happening there.
always, yeah.
Yeah.
Seaway Valley Theater Company, The Sound of Music is coming up soon, like their annual musical. So
Mm-hmm.
that's happening at the end of February.
Yep.
Can't wait to see it. It's been quite some time since I've been to a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are we gonna do our usual thing or
Are we gonna? Is it at the end? It's not on Valentine's Day this
no?
time,
It's
is it?
not.
Because that was kind of weird. Remember that day? Because what we do is we do a day, we do go out for supper and then we go out to the musical. And one year it happened to fall on
On
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
we
kind of
kind of
weird.
felt a little awkward that day doing our dinner date.
Yeah, it was like okay, not that kind of partnership.
No, no, not that kind.
But oh, I'm going actually the week before the Seaway Valley musical. I'm going to Rochester, New York with the
Okay.
kids because I'm taking them to see Beetlejuice the musical.
Oh my God, that would be an awesome musical. I
Yeah, I
love
gave
that
him that
show.
for it was a present for Christmas that I gave
Okay.
him. So because we're musical buffs, we love
Yeah, yeah.
musicals. So yeah, so I'm gonna take them on the week before and go see that Beetlejuice musical, see what
But a
it's all
musical
about.
and Beetlejuice combined, that's gonna be
Oh
awesome.
yeah,
Because
that's
that
gonna
show,
be
I
fun.
love that show. It is so
Yeah.
there. It goes there. It always
Yeah.
goes there, to that other place.
Yeah. There was an event I wanted to talk about, but now I can't find it. Let me see if I can find it right quick.
Trying to think. But
No, but it
talking
was.
about but talking about events, guys, if you do have events, please go onto our event calendar at theseeker.ca and plug in your event. It's free to put it on the calendar. So then we can at least talk about it, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I got it. So it is called Black History Makers of Cornwall Panel. So it is with Bernadette Clément, Fred Gunjo,
Hmm.
Lee Theodore, and Stacy Otley. Well, Stacy Otley is the moderator. It is put
Okay.
out by Curia, the
Hmm.
coalition for, I can't ever remember what it's, coalition for unity. Oh man, I can't remember. I got a blank. But anyways, it's a coalition for unity, respect, equality for all.
Hmm.
And so it's Black History Month in February, and this is taking place on the February 25th at the Cornwall Library at 2 p.m.
Okay,
So
so
it's going
this
to be an
isn't
event not to miss.
and this isn't a virtual event then. This
No,
is an in-person event.
it looks like it.
Oh.
Yeah, programming room 1 and 2. So,
Oh, it is definitely. So
yeah,
the
it's good.
25th, I'm going to write that one
25th.
down actually.
Hmm.
The 25th.
That's when I don't want to miss.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. It's on a
Yeah,
Saturday.
I'm gonna be posting it on the secret calendar as well.
Yeah, so please everybody go in and post your events on the secret calendar.
Mhm. All right. Well, I guess that's it for today. I'm gonna wish you a very happy Monday. Hopefully, you beat the winter blues today. So have yourself a great day.
Oh, talk about beating the winter blues. I just want to put a quick shout out to Zumba that I went to last Monday is on at the St. Lawrence High School with Zumba with Crystal every Monday from 6:30 to 7:30. You can go for the
Zumba
Zumba
class.
workout. That girl, I swear, runs
She's
on Energizer batteries because
right.
She's so full of energy. An awesome workout.
Yeah.
So drop in there today if you have a chance, if you want to get out for some exercise and have yourself a super duper week.
Hey, and don't forget Thursday, the 24th at 7 p.m. Community Action Talks. We'll be back with Louise to talk about food insecurity again and give you ticks and ticks.
Ticks? Oh no, no, don't come.
Tricks.
We don't want to get
No,
any
no
ticks.
ticks. No ticks, all tricks. Tricks and tips about how to food prep and make make your money go further. All
Exactly.
right, guys, have a good day.
And have a super duper week.
Bye.
Bye.